been practicing ever since, and really found that it really was my lifeline to, to stay healthy and well with 3 children. So I started practicing and on and off over the years. The teachers, would come and go, but then I found the teacher that I'm with now. So I did teacher training, and I've been teaching at the studio in Sunbury for about 5 years now, and loving it. And restorative yoga was my focus. So having had a few people in my life had cancer, I was really interested in mind-body medicine. And so I'd been studying that for quite a while. And restorative yoga, I don't know, just finding that stillness and self-inquiry was very interesting to me, and how the mind and the subconscious mind affects our body.
Mm-hmm.
And so that was, I did some training on restorative yoga and started teaching that, which is all very still and very quiet and everything. And I happened upon one of the teachers was a Kundalini yoga teacher while I was doing this training. And I did not even know what Kundalini yoga was. But the kriyas that she was getting us to do before we started the practice, my God, it was so powerful. I just felt different in 1 minute. So the anxiety I had in my chest, in my stomach, the knots, 1 minute, it was, and I was just, wow, what is this? What is this? So she was very engaging and amazing. So after I finished my restorative teacher training, I just kept an eye out for this lady, and I thought, I want to go to whatever she's teaching. I don't even know what it is, but I'm going there. So shortly after, there was a Kundalini yoga and meditation therapeutics 4-day retreat. So I signed up not knowing what it was, hopped on the plane to Queensland, and went up there and experienced Kundalini yoga for 4 days. It was very full on, but amazing. So that was the traditional Yogi Bhajan style. And so I came away from that completely opened up a whole new world, but I felt so different. And the tools were just so powerful that even though I didn't want to wear white and turbans and everything, I did love the chanting. I'd always been fascinated with Sanskrit and mantra, things like that. So when I came home, I thought, I've got to do this because I've got to share this. It's so potent. And, there were people that transformed over the weekend with frozen shoulder and all sorts of things. And I felt I had transformed. So I looked into doing Kundalini yoga, teacher training, Yogi Bhajan style, and I thought, no, that's not really for me. So it was, yes, I thought, no, look, I'll just keep doing it, what I've learned. And then you popped up on my Instagram. And I don't know how, but I saw you on Instagram and did one of your free classes. And I thought, wow, this is my style. This is really what I feel resonates with me. So I immediately signed up for Heal Your Heart, and that was in 2018. And I haven't stopped doing it since. So I had amazing shifts during the Heal Your Heart, and loved the inquiry, the self-inquiry, because I'm so fascinated with mind-body medicine. I loved the self-inquiry, and I just found it was just so powerful when I was focusing on, I'd been answering questions and digging deep and then shifting energy. And so, yes, I just had some really powerful realizations about myself, and some huge emotional releases that felt really good, but obviously buried so deep that I didn't even know that they were there.
Yeah. I love how your journey, I mean, it feels so similar when I hear you speak about how it was for me, where I didn't know what the practice was about. And, I had a tiny exposure to it,
Yes.
and right away there was this pull, like this immediate pull. I have to understand this. I wanted to dive
Yes.
right into the deep end. I wanted
Yes.
full immersion like you did, going for that 4-day training right away.
Yes.
And then this desire to share it, because I think, like you, when you see, I mean, when you feel that transformation in yourself, it feels selfish not to
It does.
share with others. And
Share it. It's like, oh, you've got to do this. You know, you have to experience this. And I was so excited when I found you, Gloria, because I thought, well, when it was initially online, I thought, all right, I've done lots of online courses before, but I've never had a teacher on the other end of an email who responds to me within an hour, even though she's half, you know, on the other side of the world. And the Zooms, you know, being able to actually speak with you and have a conversation, ask questions, it just felt like I had my teacher in my lounge room. And because I work, you know, I work and teach, I was working at a airport facility at the time. So trying to juggle going to classes and doing training, having it online was just perfect for me. I had it set up in my lounge room. And I think I've said to you before, even though I've been practicing for 20 years, I was always getting out of bed and going to the studio to do my practice and my meditation. And if I didn't get to the studio, well, maybe that meditation wouldn't happen, or my practice might be just, you know, a few stretches. But this helped me to cultivate a daily practice. And then the 40-day meditation was so transformational, because it's the first thing I do think of when I get up is how much time have I got for a physical practice, and, you know, fitting that into what time I have to start work. And I just felt the changes. My day started differently. The self-inquiry, like when I look back at my answers, I just think, gee, you had a lot going on in your mind back then. You know, it's really interesting to look back at those sheets, and the questions that you ask are just, you know, you just haven't been asked them before. So the structure of it, you know, the 6 days in a row, which sometimes I did find challenging because I'm like all in, you know, no easing off, and then pretty sore after a few days. But you always manage to put a you know, a more calming, quiet one, maybe day 3 or 4 to cover. But yet learning about my limitations, what I need to do for my body to keep safe, that's been part of this journey. I have injured myself at yoga, creating a chronic injury that lasted for 2 years before I started Kundalini, because I don't like to stop.
right.
And yeah, and so there's been so many different areas of my life that has been transformed. And once I knew that once I did heal your heart, I was never going to stop. I just, this is happening every year, and this is part of my life now. And every single time something else comes to the surface.
Thank you for sharing that. I have to say, I really appreciate so much that you also add to the community. And I think it is one of the nicest aspects of this course is, I'm sure you feel it too. I mean,
Oh, absolutely.
feel like we really know each other, and
Yes,
and
I do feel that.
Yeah, and so much support. I feel people are, I don't know if it's unusual in the online space, but for me, it feels like it's unusual to have that positive of a support in an online forum. It feels like everybody's just really there for each other.
I agree.
Yeah, and I feel like
Amazing.
the last couple of years where we've been doing more of the live calls, I mean, we've seen people sit there and you know, literally even cry with each other, just you know,
Yes.
like we're really feeling each other.
Yes.
And but to cry to get to the next level, not to like just wallow in the pain. And
No.
what I really love about this is, you know, you see people change, and we all get to see the community change because we're seeing these people like yourself come back year after year,
Mhm.
which I love
Yes.
to witness these transformations. And
Yes.
yeah.
Yeah, it's so lovely. And I think touching on the community, when I'm probably a little bit more reserved, quiet. I'm not really that much of a talker. I love to listen. But when I first got onto the community, I was pretty, just stayed back a little bit. But I found it so helpful to read other people's experiences of what happened that day on the mat for them. Um, and then I could either relate to it or just think, oh, wow, that's so interesting that that person's experiencing this from the same practice that I'm doing.
Mhm.
Different we all are, and how our past experiences, shape so much of, what we're experiencing right now. And,
Mhm.
and the first time I signed up, there was quite a few people that welcomed me, it's just saying hi, which was so nice. It's just like made it human. Um,
Mhm.
just as you said, it felt like I got to know them even before even before we were doing the daily Zooms.
Yeah.
I was getting to know these people, and they were always so supportive and cheering everybody on, and obviously acknowledging other people's whatever they're going through in a really compassionate way, and I just love it, and that's why I get up at 1 a.m. or 3 or 4 depending on the time zone, because it really is an important part of my life now. And even if I don't say anything, or I just love to listen and hear people chatting. And there's lots of people I see also that don't, say or join in on the actual Zoom call, but they're there. And so they're listening, and you can see them smiling or nodding. So everyone's connecting in that amazing way from all over the world. It's
Yeah.
just,
Yeah, I
yeah.
know. It's beautiful. And I know we've got, unfortunately, the time zone that we're working with right now makes it a bit tricky for our Australian participants. But yeah, I
It's
really appreciate, yeah, I
it's actually
appreciate
it's actually quiet, it's a perfect, the ambrosial hour at 5 a.m. when getting on Zoom.
yeah.
I continue to stay up and do my practice, but I usually go back to bed for a
Blame
couple
you.
of, yeah.
Um,
So yeah, I really love it and appreciate your support. And I often say, my Kundalini awakening yoga teacher, she's in Vancouver, and they say, oh, Vancouver. I go, yeah. She's on the other side of the world, but I still feel like, that you are my teacher. And so now I teach Kundalini awakening yoga, and I just love it. And uh, everyone just comes out of the class saying, wow, I
hmm.
teach more classes. Like, where else can we do this? And so I have passed on your information to quite a few of my students who do, your free lives and whatever, and they just love it.
Thank you. Where are
So,
you teaching? Are there studios open now in Melbourne? Are you able to
yes.
teach live, or yeah?
Yes, we are just, I think maybe October. We only had a limit of 10 in our studio is quite small, but we were live streaming all through the lockdown. So we were live streaming. My Kundalini yoga studio was in my lounge room, which was very convenient. And so, yeah, it was so helpful during lockdown. I had a whole lot of people that were either working from home or at home, and we were shifting some energy and getting some fear and doubt and stress out on the mat, and then sharing afterwards. And it was so helpful to all of our community to have that different, more powerful practice that was needed at that time. And so now a lot of them have stayed on, and they just love it. So
Nice.
it's exciting. Mm.
Thank you, Leesa. I'll connect with you to get information about where people can find you and come and take classes with you.
Yes, yeah,
Lovely if
that'd be
you're
great.
anywhere near Leesa to go and check check out her classes. And
Yes.
I hope to get back to Australia soon. I hope they let me back.
I hope so. I was thinking the same thing. You know, I don't know. Maybe not in the next few months, but I'm sure that they'll be opening up soon. So yeah, I'd love to see you back in Melbourne, see you in person. So I'm very lucky that I was able to come to Greece and practice live with you, as we have in Melbourne as well. But yeah, I just love it. And I just want everyone to experience this freedom that Kundalini Awakening Yoga has brought to me. My family used to think, they thought I was going crazy, but now they, you know, they accept it and they love what it's done for not only me, but the ripple effect around, you know, our family. And yeah, so
Thank
it's
you.
amazing.
Thank you so much for sharing your journey. And I do hope to see you in person soon.
I hope
And
so too.
I'll connect with you and drop in your teaching information here as well. Thank you so much,
Thank you.
Leesa. Take
Thank you
care.
so much. Sat Nam.